Alex is a 45-year-old jazz pianist who was loved by everyone in the community due to his exceptional talent in music and his philanthropical efforts. He was living his usual life until one afternoon when he finally found himself in an unforeseen tragedy which nearly ended him in his final destination. Alex, on his usual routine, went about, listening to his recorded jazz music in his car while enjoying some chilled yogurt, until out of the blue, he felt a hard metallic rod pressing on his head. He realized he wasn't alone in the car. Just when he was trying to figure out if it was a prank, he suddenly heard a deep voice which said, "Drive straight and don't look back if you love your life." Without any hesitation, he sparked the car with trembling hands and started driving slowly. "Hey, stop driving like an old lady and step on the gas," shouted one of the men in the back seat. Due to the gun pointed to Alex's head, he found it difficult concentrating. Few minutes later, Alex had panic attacks with difficulty in breathing, which later on resulted in a sudden onset of tonic-clonic seizures. "Hey, Mr. Driver, will you stop shaking unnecessarily and drive us out of here?" "The police are still after us," said one of the bank robbers. Little did they know that his condition was an uncontrollable and involuntary medical condition. Before they could say jack, the car jammed into an oncoming vehicle, which caused the brand new C300 Benz car to topple over a few times before lying belly-wise. Suddenly, the doors from behind sprang open, and there came 3 thugs with all sort of deadly weapons, coming out of the somersaulted car with most of the cash notes and bundles falling at the scene. They didn't look back, disregarding the driver who had helped them escape from the police. One of them asked, "Boss, should we shoot the driver?" The boss wanted to delete the driver from the equation because he stole a glance at them through the mirror when they pointed the gun to his head. The boss, after weighing the options, quickly told his subordinates not to waste him yet. "We will finish him nicely in a professional way," said the thug leader. Just after seeing the rubbers with their scary masks on, the passers-by who were trying to help in the rescue quickly started moving towards the opposite directions. The rubbers managed to get away, but Alex was left trapped at his front seat, lying in a pool of blood. Gradually, all the sounds were fading away. His eyes went blurry and suddenly dark. Few minutes after the thugs had left, some few men managed to gather courage to rescue Alex from the car, which was already on fire. One of the rescuers happened to be a close friend to Alex. He was quickly rushed to a medical center downtown. Few minutes after arrival, the nurses quickly called the doctor on duty, who was taking care of another patient. He quickly rushed to the scene. "What are his vitals?" said one medical doctor in spectacles. His BP on arrival was 70-40 millimeters per mercury, SpO2 was 79%. Pulse was 120 beats per minute, but now the BP is 50-30 millimeters per mercury, SpO2 65%, pulse 125 beats per minute. The doctor quickly rushed for his stethoscopes and shouted, "Get me 2 large bulb cannulas with normal saline, put him on a high-flow oxygen, and get me an adrenaline." While the doctor was examining Alex, he noticed a broken rib and also realized that air entry was reduced at the affected part. He quickly called a senior specialist, Dr. Buernor, who happens to have good reputation when it came to emergencies like this. Dr. Buernor with an angry voice. "Joshua." "What is it again?" Joshua with a trembling voice. "Boss, please, I have an RTA case here and there is a broken rib and suspected tension pneumothorax. There was no air entry at the right lung and the trachea is deviated." "Wow. That is an interesting case," said Dr. Buerner with a calm voice. "Quickly decompress the lungs by inserting a large-bore 14 or 16-gauge needle into the second intercostal space in the mid-clavicular line." Dr. Joshua did exactly as he was told, and suddenly, the SpO2 and other vitals started stabilizing. Other patients who were present at the scene started praising Dr. Joshua for saving a life. Dr. Joshua enjoyed all the praises and adoration, then he quickly rushed Alex to the theater. Few minutes later, everything was successful. During the night, while Alex was in the recovery ward fighting for dear life, the Rubbers came around as visitors. They wheeled to the nurse's station and acted so friendly, just to be given permission to enter to pay Alex a visit. The nurses refused to fall for his little chit-chat and insisted that visiting hours were over.
If you enjoyed this video, comment part 2 in the comments section. Like and follow us for more.